right, we're back. Pugs Company, part 2 for the Pillow Talk edition tonight. And bring back in Cody, dang-a-lang, and we bring back James in, and now look at us. It's like nothing terrible ever happened. And it really wasn't anything terrible. What happened was I happened. I was hanging up the phone. It was me. It wasn't Tom. It wasn't the call. It was I have a mouse here, and I'm not used to using a mouse. The mouse controls one computer while I work on another computer, and the phone is over here in a different area. I used the mouse, and it accidentally ended on the end stream button. And I clicked, and hi James, I see you down there. So here we are. Okay, back to I don't know what. Once again, I'll reintroduce Cody Dang-a-lang is here, all the way from Portland, Oregon, where he is. What are you, a member of Antifa? Isn't that all they do up there?
Apparently on the weekends, yes. So,
hey, no. Fun fact about Oregon: it is the only state in the United States that was founded as a whites-only ethno state.
Cool. Now my camera went out.
Sure did. You're having good luck with tech tonight. You're doing great.
Hey, right, we're getting there. Wait.
I think it's this cord or something. Well,
geez, the censors heard my Oregon comment and have already jumped on it.
Yeah.
Sorry.
How dare you tell the truth about Oregon? Yeah, we have so much diversity here.
They're like 4 black people that are not trailblazers.
Yeah, that's probably correct. That's probably correct.
That'll have to do.
Yeah.
All right. So let's see. What else do we have to talk? Jay, what do you got? You got anything? Got anything you want to jump right in with? Because I've got. Here's what we can do. Here are the things that we have on the.
Wait a second. The white only ethno state wasn't enough of a bone to pick. Isn't that bizarre?
Well, a lot of things were bizarre back then.
Did you know that before tonight?
No, of course not. So
okay, let's not get into it now, but I encourage that rabbit hole. Go down it, and we'll probably talk about it on an episode really soon.
Yeah. All right. What do we got here? So some of the things we're going to talk about today. Here's what I got. I got the old young relationships thing from yesterday, and that's it. That's it. That's really it. That's why I was seriously contemplating just ending the show when we went off the air.
Can I bring up 2 things then? And I'll just throw it in the pot and we'll pick which one. All right. First, it doesn't sound like a big deal, but I think this is a huge deal that should be paid a lot more attention to. But in 2020, for the first time since 1999, cigarette sales increased from year to year.
Really?
Yes.
I wonder why that would be.
Well, there's a couple of theories, but that's where the discussion is. One of them is because, all the behavioral changes from the pandemic. People were more stressed out. People were unemployed. Fewer people were at work. You're just sitting at home all day. You're going to maybe pick up that old cigarette habit you used to have. But the more compelling argument, in my opinion, is the clampdown on vaping. And I'm one of the people. Remember when you saw me vaping the other day?
Yeah.
It replaced for me what you used to see me smoke Black and Milds, or maybe I would bum a cigarette from a friend.
Said that twice now, and I don't remember that. But okay,
I don't remember that either. But that was just
okay. But I would smoke like cigarillos or a cigar sometimes when you drink, just to give you like a little buzz to go with it. And vaping had sort of replaced that, and I hadn't touched a cigarette in years, but they're cracking down so much on vaping that a lot of vape shops have closed. A lot of the options have gone away, and vaping is actually being restricted. It's not growing as fast as it was. And some of the people are going back to cigarettes.
Huh. Well,
are there that restrictions down in Texas for vaping?
But this is federal stuff. When they say on the federal level that you can't have flavored vapes anymore, you can't have grape flavored vapes.
That sounds disgusting.
It's not that bad. It's not like it tastes like grape and tobacco smoke. It just tastes like it's like you're inhaling a Starburst. And so for people like me who were
then I can see how that might be a problem with it being attractive to kids, but
it's not a problem if it's attractive to kids. It's either that or a menthol cool or whatever. Or actually, they're about to ban menthols. but it's better than an actual cigarette, which is what is happening. Because that was one of the concerns from libertarian buttholes like me who don't really care if you smoke or not. Let's just make it all legal. Well, the complaint that, well, then that's going to be more attractive to the kids. Well, yeah, and that's better because when you take it away, they go to real tobacco where they're not only getting the bad chemicals from the nicotine, but also the bad chemicals from the smoke and the tobacco itself.
Hey, let me show you a really nice little thing that I used. I used to chew tobacco. I don't chew tobacco anymore because now I do these. Have you ever seen these?
See, that's so weird because I have on sneakers.
Are those the packets or
These are pure non-tobacco nicotine pouches. And you just put them in your mouth and they last for hours and you literally never crave nicotine. So, I mean, whereas I used to
well, of course you don't crave nicotine. You're getting nicotine.
Right. But the ways that you would inject the nicotine, the more dangerous ways, whether it was through chewing tobacco, which does damage to your mouth,
right? The carcinogens are totally wiped out.
And when the smoking. So, I mean, this is really, this product has been a miracle. I chewed tobacco for decades. And as soon as I tried this for a couple of days, it was like, I don't chew anymore. That's crazy. This is the easiest way to quit smoking. If your reason for quitting smoking is the, terrible side effects of the inhaling of smoke and all of that, I mean, nicotine is still not great for you. But I drink 5 cups of coffee a day. So, I mean, what are we talking about here? A little nicotine is going to be just fine. At least I'm not killing my lungs, or in my case of a guy who chewed tobacco, at least I'm not risking, any of those horrible, horrible mouth cancer things. This truly is. I mean, not a sponsor or anything. Obviously, I mean, I wouldn't pitch.
Yeah.
I wouldn't.
I don't think you can. I don't think that's legal, but
yeah, sure it is. Yeah, we could have any sponsor we want. But yeah, these
are great. Sponsor you want.
These are great. What's that?
I don't know about that.
You can't advertise like cigarettes and stuff.
Anybody who wants to give me money can give me money. Anybody who wants to help support the show, keep it going on the air, you can do that.
That's nice. That's the way you think that's the way the world works.
Well, but it's funny that you bring up because up here, like vaping is everywhere. But granted, there's dispensaries around every corner, so that's what they don't mix it with nicotine. It's more of cannabis. So.
See what I did there? See?
Yeah.
I like that.
It's the end of the month.
It's very subtle.
Okay, so Pugs, first off, congratulations on kicking a nasty habit that, while it's fun, is gonna in the long term have some negative consequences. And that's exactly what I'm talking about when you restrict the vaping and the flavors and stuff. You are taking these viable alternatives away from people who would otherwise be. Would you rather your kid? Don't even think about yourself. Think about your kids. Would you rather your kid be vaping some grape stuff that tastes like a Starburst, or would you rather him be smoking a pack of Marlboros?
Well, to be honest with you, I would rather he not have any addiction to nicotine.
Of course, but that's not one of the options.
Well, why not? There are plenty of kids that go
okay,
through.
But one
doesn't have any addiction to nicotine.
There's plenty of kids that aren't going to have sex before marriage too. But let's be realistic. There are kids who are going to be addicted to nicotine. Now, do you want to deprive them of the option of the cutesy little Starburst flavored vapes, or you want to just go ahead and push them right into the actual tobacco with more carcinogens and health problems?
You'll get no argument from me. The vaping is a far, better choice as far as, damage to your body. But I mean, I'm of the mind, and at least this is what I understand to be the case, that there are now side effects and problems with the vaping, with the chemicals that are in the vaping and what those are doing to lungs. So, I mean, vaping has really only been around, 10 years, 15 years? I mean, 20 maybe. We don't know the long-term effects.
We know it's not that bad. We know it's not nearly as bad as smoking. Jesus Christ. We do know. We don't have people dropping dead from vaping. We don't have people that are growing tumors in their lungs because of vaping like they are with cigarettes. Whether or not vaping
we do actually. We have
perfect.
We have that lung collapse syndrome that they're talking about with vaping.
No, the popcorn lung is what it's called. And that's when they use the acetate, it's basically like vitamin D. And when you inhale too much of that, you get like a film of it on the inside of your lungs. And of course that can happen. But you know what's worse? Smoking. Okay. Far more people are dying and experiencing negative consequences from smoking than vaping.
for all I know, and I'm no expert, yes, it seems like smoking is worse, but I wouldn't just dismiss out of hand that vaping doesn't have these long-term effects. We just don't know yet. Wait till a few generations have been vaping for decades, then we'll know.
Yeah, wait for those commercials to pop up that says, those class action lawsuits that'll show up on infomercials later on.
Yeah. Did you vape grape vape juice? Did you? Yeah, and then it's like the class action kind of thing.
And the 1-800 number and like 80 million people join in to get $1 a piece. Yeah.
All right. So Mace, would you rather him show up with a grape vape or a pack of Marlboro Reds?
He'd be pretty badass with a pack of Marlboro Red. Gotta be honest. Could he be wearing a white T-shirt? Could it be rolled
up? Yeah.
Hair greased back.
Thanks for not playing.
Well, of course.
Singing his made-up country song. Yeah.
All I'm saying right now is that for all I know, with the evidence now, that vaping seems to be a lot safer. But again, we don't have generations of people who have been vaping for decades to use as a case study. We just don't. And we have that with cigarettes.
Yeah, but we have that for cigarettes, and we know it's bad. We know it's worse.
Well, maybe I'm just afraid of finding out that the end result of vaping is going to be worse. We don't know.
Man, we have a lot of years of studies, and why don't you let these idiots find out for the rest of us?
Well, I see your point. No, I do. I see your point. And I'm not really going to argue it all that heartfully. Because, but let's resume this conversation in 50 years when we know when Jennifer.
I want some Marlboro Reds. I don't want to vape. I want Marlboro Reds. I want to smoke it real tight. I want to feel
I'm trying to get that in the pot, man. We're going to play tug of war, man. Hey, man. Hello, Hank, Peggy.
Hang on, I'm going to grab a snack. Be right back.
What are you doing?
I left meat on the stove. I left meat on the stove.
We were just off the air for 5 minutes.
That's when I started the meat on the stove. I'll be right back. I just wanted to make a snack. I didn't know if we were coming back, so I was 100% chance of a snack.
All right. So I guess what we'll do is we'll let Cody have this time to tell his favorite story about how awesome I am. Go.
Oh, wow. There's so many to choose from.
Isn't that the truth?
Yeah. I would say oh God. Oh yeah, let's bring that one up. Thank you. But
who'd have thought that sunglasses presence would have been the steadying rudder that made
yeah. No, I will say that I think I texted you and Kelly this a couple months ago when I was driving into work, because I'll just listen to sports radio, just because it's on in the background, not really paying attention.
You do know that Kelly and I don't live together, right?
I understand that, but that's why I understand that. But I texted y'all both. Yeah, texted y'all because I listening to a report, and one of the analysts, I don't remember who it was, and he brought up Kurt Vollers as like an example of something, and I could not stop laughing because all I could hear is that in my head.
Okay, we got to explain for people. Kurt Vollers is a former Dallas Cowboy. He was a friend of the show. He used to hang out with us. We used to run around with him, and Kurt Vollers had a voicemail that was ridiculous.
I wish we still had it. I don't know.
I got it somewhere. I got all those. I got all that stuff.
It was that's all I can hear now is when I hear that name, and it was just the most obscure reference for a sports analyst to bring up, because no offense to him, it's not like he was some all-pro offensive lineman.
No, he was a very good college player at Notre Dame. He was a giant man, and his career was upended by some shenanigans that went on that he was unaware of. But he's I don't know what they brought him up for. Kurt was like 6'6", just a giant man. And you know who he looked like? You guys, you tell me if I'm wrong on this, okay? Because every time
we're talking about KV.
Yeah.
Hey, it's KV. Leave a message.
Hey, it's me, KV. Yeah, leave a message at the tone. Get right back at you
later.
Yeah. All right, hold on, guys. You tell me if this dude doesn't look like KV. Every time I see this guy, I think, hey, man, that's KV. There he is. Hold on. All right, check this guy out. Of course, I am talking about legendary, iconic porn star Evan Stone.
Wow.
That's KV, right?
Yes.
Yeah.
That's yeah.
Oh, let's see.
Wow.
He looks just like every time I see. Look at him. Ah, it's me, KV. Except KV is like a lot bigger. Dude, they look. I think they look exactly alike.
It probably is KV. He just changed his name to do porn.
Yeah.
Hold on, here.
Oh, oh my God, that's so good.
Hold on. Hold on. There's got to be pictures of Kurt, right? There's got to be.
Oh, please say images can't be found. That'd be great.
No, he's there. Oh, although yeah, these ones don't look quite as yeah.
That's kind of what he looked like.
Okay, yeah, no, what? That's very much. That's the hair pulled back. Hair.
He looked
flowing.
different at the Addison Improv
There he is.
when we go to Pete's dueling piano.
Yeah, with the giant like
Hey,
shirt.
look at him with short hair. Do you remember him with short hair?
Never saw him with short hair.
Never saw him with short hair.
Yeah,
It was always
that doesn't look like.
Hey, it's KV.
Me.
All right.
So yeah. There's certain things that like when I hear it pops up and just reminds me of stuff from back in the show. It's just weird. So
I like him. I talked to him randomly a couple of years ago. I don't know how it happened. Okay. It was some industry radio question that he had, and he reached out to me, and I was like,
is he doing radio now or?
No, he's in Arizona. He may have been at the time. He may have been weighing an opportunity and something like that. He's boy, this is probably a lot of years ago. You know what? That guy went through a lot. I love that kid. That kid, he's because he was younger than me. He's like 10 years younger than me, but he was a nice guy. He was a fun guy.
Yeah, it was a lot of fun with all that different stuff. It's just some of it I think back now, and it seems surreal. Like when I try to think about it, I'm like, no, there's no way. Yeah, it's like I don't even believe it half the time, and I was there for most of the stuff. But
you know what, Cody, you might be able to help this out. Do you remember today on the High Noon Show? It's Patrick Warburton's birthday. Do you remember the Patrick Warburton Manliest Man Award that we used to give? And he used to come on and give out the award.
Vaguely. I think we only did it a couple times, right?
Yeah. And then he came and joined us in person out at the Grammys. Now he wasn't even doing the gangbang. He just came out to hang out with us, and I thought, what? This guy's so cool. Pat Putty from Seinfeld is who we're talking about. Patrick Warburton. I love that guy too.
Love the gangbang. Sometimes you got to do a gangbang. That's all you got to do. You just pull it out, and whoever wants it, they can have it.
Yeah, that was always the cool part of just all the people, celebrities who would just show up like unannounced, just wanting to hang out. Like that was always the funny thing to me. Like just like, oh, I'm not promoting thing. I just want to be here. I'm like, okay.
Yeah, good times. But you know what? Cherish them while you have them because they go away. Life. It's what you learn on this journey. And then one day you're riding high. The next day you're doing a pillow talk segment over the internet. Guest house that you're crashing in. That's how life is.
I know, right?
Yeah.
One day you're like bumping into Shakira after you just broke up a fight between Nick DiPaolo and Spitz. Right? And then a few years later, you're just podcasting with some friends in front of some trash you drilled up on the wall behind you.
You mentioned Shakira. The best story. We were at the. I was talking again. We're at the Grammys, and we were doing every year. The Grammys would bring us out, and they did this thing where they invited Westwood One, as a matter of fact, the syndication people. They would invite different radio personalities from all across the country, and they'd set up this area. In the Staples Center, which is inside the Staples Center, there was like a country club. There was like the fanciest restaurant, bar, country club type setup, and not for the public. It's like for events for like the Lakers and like all of that. And that's where they do this at. And they just invite every celebrity that's got anything to promote. And the celebrities just move from booth to booth, talking with different radio shows in different cities. And so we would go out for that every year, and that was a lot of fun. But then one year we were leaving, and it was me, Kelly, and Richard Hunter. And we were standing at the stoplight right out in front of the Staples Center. We walked out of the Staples Center, and Standing next to us, waiting at the stoplight with all of her people, was Rihanna, and she was wearing a a Southern Confederate cavalry hat. She had it on her head, and Richard Hunter turns to her and goes,
Oh no.
You know what that hat's all about, right?
Shut up, Richard. God damn it.
Just
let it roll, man.
Yeah.
This is how you talk up Rihanna. That's how you do it.
No, what you're supposed to say is, I love your hat.
Do you know what else she had that I was more interested in?
I do. I have 3 guesses.
No, you would never guess this. She was wearing a cavalry hat and she was carrying something odd. She was
musket.
Carrying, no, James, what was she carrying? Civil War hat and carrying
a tomahawk,
a parakeet in a cage.
Okay, I wasn't gonna guess that.
Yeah, that would have been way down on the list. Yeah,
Rihanna, you are months away from becoming the biggest pop star in the world. This was before she was a superstar. She was just like kind of new at this point, so it was like
pre-umbrella.
Well, maybe it was like just as that was breaking, but it was the strangest thing. It's like, why are you walking around downtown LA with a bird in a cage? What's there's a story here, and I'd love to hear it.
There's some symbolism there probably somewhere.
My guess. All right. Hey, what do you say we go through? It's 11 o'clock. Well, you want to go through this thing? Cody, we do this thing on the show where we like to judge people and the women that they date based upon the age differences. Because, there's a lot of people who date. Look, I've been guilty of this myself. We get to be a certain age and suddenly you find yourself dating somebody that was, in diapers when you were graduating high school.
I'm kind of currently doing that now, but all right, let's go.
Wait a second. Do you know the formula? No.
Wait, let's see what is the formula and how
James,
bad I'm.
Take it. Explain it to him. Let's dissect this relationship.
The formula is you take the man's age.
How old are you, Cody?
39.
You divide it in half.
I know. I know. Whenever I tell Kelly that, when we talk, she just like, no, just don't. Anyway.
So what is that? 19?
Either 19 or 20. You really should give him the benefit of the doubt and round it up to 20. But 20? If you want to be a jerk, you can see 19. And then you add 7.
Okay, so what that means is, Cody, you are not allowed to date anyone under the age of 27. How old is your girlfriend?
Fiance, she's 30. So okay, we're good.
You're fine. You're fine.
Okay, good. Whew.
All
right, I feel better.
But that's where the Mendoza line is.
Okay, that makes sense.
To creepy.
Okay.
So in my case, well, no, let's not use that. Let's just use like 40. So we just kind of did. So
yeah, but to say
39.
Well, for me, like it moves up incrementally. So I'm 44. You cut that in half, it's 22. Add 7 is 29. So it moves up a little bit, right? The Mendoza line kind of graduates with you, and not as fast as you do. And the math means for every year that you get older, the girl gets half a year. The Mendoza line moves up a half.
Right.
A year. So
okay. That makes sense.
That sucks because I don't think that a 30-year-old dating a 21-year-old is all that much of a crime. Yet it doesn't fit in this formula. It's off by 1 year.
It's not a crime, but it's creepy enough that you are in a completely separate phase of life that it's almost pathological that you would want to go for a 21-year-old when you're 30. It's almost that, and that's where the line is. 21 is the line.
You are fully aware that you're calling me pathological. You are fully aware that when I was in my 30s dating girls
with Trixie, we already did the show. Yeah, you are pathological. You got the Peter Pan syndrome, and you don't go for younger chicks because you have some sort of mommy issues. You go for younger chicks because you want to still be that age.
Well, no, like I said, the attraction with dating younger girls was that it's like a deity complex. It's like so much more than they do, and if you get a good one,
and they're your fan,
they hang on it. Yeah, they hang on your every word. Like, oh my god, that's so interesting. He knows so much, and that is intoxicating. Especially after you've been divorced recently. You said was shut up, you're so stupid.
You like the attention, I get it. So it's
intoxicating. All right, so let's break these down. Somebody get a calculator out because some of these are going to require.
We got it, dude. We got it. We're on it, man. Okay. I got this head. I don't need a calculator.
I'm getting a calculator then.
The first old and young celebrity couple that we're going to delve into is Roger Waters. Cody, do you know who Roger Waters is?
Led Zeppelin?
Very close.
Very close.
It's like
James,
partial
tell him.
credit.
James, tell him.
Pink Floyd.
Oh,
Pink-
okay. All right.
Pink Floyd,
I should have.
yes, Roger
I
Waters.
should have known. I should have known that. All right.
One of the founders. All right. So Roger Waters is 78 years old. Okay.
Okay, so half of that would be
78,
39.
and his girlfriend is 35. Does he make the cut or does he fail?
No, not at all, because halfway's 39. So his cutoff, his Mendoza line is 46.
Oh,
And he's way under that.
but he's in Floyd, man. Come on, don't you got to give a dude in Floyd benefit of the doubt?
No,
you-
it's creepy. It's creepy. He doesn't have a real loving connection with this woman. This is more based on sex than it is human connection.
Whatever, dude.
Well,
All
for
right.
her, it's based on monetary compensation than human connection.
How about everybody's favorite apartment rental agent, Jeff Goldblum? Jeff Goldblum is, or was. This is when.
No, it's already done. It's a nope. He has ring.
All right, Jeff Goldblum was 62 years old when he married a 31-year-old.
Yeah, that's way too old because his line is 38.
His line is 38 and she's 31. Okay, so he misses the line too. All right, how about?
You got. I also use the Guatemala rule. If you're old enough to be someone's grandparents, like from Guatemala or a third world country, so it's really the 30-year gap. The 30-year gap is really odd. So he is old enough to be her grandfather. Not, it's one thing to be old enough to be your father, but that really applies to like 15, 18, 20 years old enough to be your father.
All right, how about one with the
grandfather could be as low as 30, and he's past that. He's like 37 years older than her, Jeff Goldblum. So he's definitely old enough to be her grandfather. My grandmother was 38 when I was born.
What? You created a 38-year-old grandma?
No, wait. When my sister was born. Yeah, my mom created a 38-year-old grandma.
Oh, my God. Well, no. The person born is who actually creates the grandma.
Fair point.
Yeah, okay.
Because if you weren't born, she wouldn't be a grandma. All right. How about one for the ladies? 36-year-old, everyone's second favorite Olivia. 36 years old Olivia Wilde and 26-year-old Harry Styles.
That's okay.
Is it okay? Mm-hmm. What's half of 36? 15.
18.
God, I don't want to do math.
18 plus 7. 25. And he's 26, right?
18 plus 7 is not 25.
Sure is every day.
That is.
You know what? I knew when I was saying it, but I needed to back off that right away. I was like, "Ooh, yeah, it is."
Dude, I had a deer.
See, you didn't say it with confidence. You were hesitant.
I didn't. I said it. She's everyone's second favorite Olivia.
Who's my third favorite Olivia?
Who's everyone's first favorite Olivia?
Olivia Rodrigo right now, and then Olivia Newton-John still is ahead of Olivia. Yeah, and look, there's a case to be made for Olivia Munn.
That's a case to be made. Olivia Munn is number one.
Yeah, that was my number one.
Yeah, Olivia Munn is like number one. Olivia Wilde is number two, and then number three. Okay, I like the Olivia Rodrigo, but she's a little young, so I would slide Olivia Newton-John, Grease era Olivia Newton-John. I'd slide her in there.
I would slide right now Olivia Newton-John somewhere in the top 5 at least.
She's like really sick. She's got like something.
Oh no, God, no. She's not. Oh man, we're old.
Yeah, Olivia Newton-John's got something. And do you remember? Oh my God, you guys! Do you remember like the weird story about Olivia Newton-John's husband from a few years ago?
This is kind of ringing a bell,
dude. Olivia Newton-John's husband like went out to the store and never came back. And not only did he never came back, ain't nobody know where he went. He went full on Brian Laundrie.
Okay, this is not ringing a bell. What the hell is this?
He disappeared. Yeah, look here. That's a crazy.
I got to check on my food again. Hang on.
Okay.
I'm sorry. I feel like a dick.
Hold on. We'll figure this out.
Oh, okay. All right.
Olivia Newton-John's missing husband. God, Google is awesome.
It's so handy, right? It's.
Oh, it's the best. Yeah. Okay. It doesn't say he's dead, but he has his own Wikipedia page titled Disappearance of Patrick McDermott.
Wow. Okay. All right. So
Missing. All right. Hey, look who's here now. It's Sunglasses.
Hey.
Sunglasses, say hi to Cody Burleson in Portland.
Hey, Cody.
He's been
Long
here.
time.
looks like the Count Dracula over there with the.
Taking shots. So you were at you went to a haunted house, or you went to a bunch of haunted houses? I don't know. What'd you do?
I went Six Flags again, and we went to a bunch of haunted houses, 6 of them.
Oh my god!
Oh my god, that sounds exhausting.
Yeah.
6 haunted houses.
Yeah.
Jeez.
But we got to do what you got to do for the kids.
All right. Is he staying with you tonight, or did you have to drop him off at home? Or at the other place?
He's dropped off.
All right, very good. So he's good. All right. We're waiting on James to come back because we were just going through the our formula. Older celebrities dating younger celebrities, and how we have that formula, half the age plus 7. So we have this big long list, and we've been going through it, and we've been having little discussions on each and every one of them. And we just got into a conversation about, let's name our top favorite people named Olivia, and Olivia Newton-John came up in this discussion, and that led us into a conversation about Olivia Newton-John's husband. Now, are you familiar at all with the story of Olivia Newton-John's husband?
No, I'm not.
No, so it doesn't ring any bells. All right. Well, James would come back. I'm just going to start it. Okay. So Olivia Newton-John's husband, this is like 10 years ago, maybe, or something now. Olivia Newton-John's husband, the husband of Olivia Newton-John down there in Australia. Do you know what she is in Australia? She's like the Oprah of Australia. I mean, she is like royalty.
Didn't she have cancer?
Yeah, she still does. We're avoiding that topic. Yeah. She's
That's a halt.
She's not well now. But her husband went out and never came back. And like I said, I don't mean he went out and then, just showed up a couple of weeks later with a new girlfriend. No, he went full on Brian Laundrie. Olivia Newton-John's husband disappeared off the face of the earth, and and there's all kinds of things. Olivia Newton-John killed her husband, and they just won't prosecute her because she's like a princess down there in Australia. This is such a bizarre story that it actually has its own Wikipedia page. Disappearance of Patrick McDermott. That's like its own.
How is there not like a Netflix special on this? Like
Right?
that's how has this not come to light if that's the case?
I don't know. Patrick Kim McDermott. Oh, and it says was it there isn't a date of death next to it, but it's referring to him as was. So I think that thing after 7 years, you're
just gone long enough.
Yeah.
Yeah. Patrick Kim McDermott was an American cameraman who disappeared on June 3rd, 2005, while on an overnight fishing trip off the coast of Los Angeles, California. He was partners of Olivia Newton-John. I guess they weren't married. The United States Coast Guard concluded that he was likely lost at sea since his disappearance. Unsubstantiated claims have been made, particularly in the Australian media, that McDermott faked his own death and is still alive living in Mexico. There were also a whole bunch of stories going around back then. Kelly and I talked about this a time or two on the show because it was such a weird story that there were people speculating that Olivia Newton-John had him killed. And because she's basically untouchable in Australia, Australian authorities wouldn't investigate it. But this happened in America. Apparently he disappeared in America, but she was in Australia. So I don't know.
Well, when you disappear fishing, did they find his boat and he wasn't on it? Was he all by himself?
Was he the only one fishing? Was there more people?
No, they found nothing. That's the thing.
They didn't find the boat?
No, they found nothing. He's just gone. That's why people think he's living in Mexico.
Who goes fishing by themselves out in the middle of the ocean?
Well, he wasn't by himself. McDermott disappeared from a fishing charter boat. Well, I guess that means he could have chartered it, right? Just he was the one who just took it out. McDermott disappeared from a fishing charter boat off San Pedro, Los Angeles. He was a passenger. He's a passenger, so there was somebody else.
Okay, there's other people there.
He was a passenger on the fishing boat Freedom, which had left for the San Pedro Marina.
Oh, how fitting. The boat was called Freedom. Yeah. Well.
For a 22-hour overnight fishing trip. McDermott was a frequent client of the overnight fishing trips. He booked the trip solo and did not know any of the other 22 passengers or crew. So it's 22.
Huh.
This is like the Natalie Wood deal, where the only person that had any details on Natalie Wood was Christopher Walken down in his cabin sleeping. He heard a big splash.
How's Christopher walking in on the Natalie Wood stuff, the Charles Manson stuff, and the whole rest of his career?
Is Christopher Walken involved in Manson?
Wasn't he part of that stuff too?
I don't think so.
Wasn't it like at his house, or like he was
Are
dating
you
Sharon
getting him
Tate at the
confused
time
with-
or something?
Are you confusing him with Brian Wilson of the Beach Boys? Or not Brian Wilson, Dennis Wilson of the Beach Boys?
I don't think I am.
Yeah. Okay. Well, you know what?
Well, I'm with the Coast Guard though.
There's that rabbit hole.
If there were 22 people on the boat and he didn't come back,
Christopher
he's
Walken,
probably
Charles
dead.
Manson. I don't know. I could read more, but I don't want to.
Well, but I'm just saying, like, it said he went fishing off the coast of wherever that was, in California, Los Angeles area. I mean, and there's 22 other people on the boat and you don't come back, you're probably dead.
Yeah, right. But they had to wait. Like, he doesn't even have a death date. He was just declared, dead after 7 years. Like his Wikipedia page, there is no date of death. It just, but then it refers to him as was. So I don't know. James, or no, who said James? The only thing when I Google search Christopher Walken and Charles Manson, a couple of articles come up that are about crazy Hollywood deaths, and it's just that the Manson Sharon Tate murders is one of them that's listed, and so is the Natalie Wood thing. Like it says here, it's boating with her husband Robert Wagner and friend Christopher Walken, and then there's another little blurb about the Sharon Tate murder and Manson. So yeah, I don't think Christopher Walken had anything directly related to Charles Manson. All right, should we get back into our little thing that we're doing here? All right, so the last one that we did. Oh, did we get an issue on Olivia Wilde and Harry Styles?
According to the math, it says it's good.
It's
so
good?
According to the formula. So
That's right. All right. So how about Leonardo DiCaprio?
Oh, this is automatically going to be a no.
Yeah.
Wow.
Camilla Morrone is 23 years his junior. They began dating when Leo was 43 and she was 20. Do the math.
That works.
No, wait. He was 43 and she was 20. Of course, that doesn't work.
No, of course, yeah.
What do you mean it doesn't work? You divide 43 in half.
27.
21 and a half minus 7.
No,
No,
add
add
7.
7.
Oh my God.
Nice.
That gets dark real quick, Emil.
Yeah.
I like the cut of your jib. I like what you're thinking.
Good effort.
No, you're going in the wrong direction.
Oh, well.
Tell it to
you
the
know.
judge, Emil.
That's all right. I briefly thought that 18 plus 7 was 26. So you missed out on that little fun. All right, here's another one. Jimmy Page. Ooh, okay. Jimmy Page. Oh, this one ain't gonna work. No matter how much we try and make this one work.
You already looked at the numbers and just knew.
Led Zeppelin's Jimmy Page, 77. His girlfriend Scarlett, 32.
No.
No.
Yeah, that's
35 and 7 is 42. She's 10 years under, right? It's unfortunate. Let's see what she looks like, though. She looks like his caretaker. Jimmy Page looks
Like a home healthcare nurse, right?
That's what she looks like.
well, I mean, she probably is.
From Visiting Angels. That's how he met her. Yeah.
Holy shit. I mean, when I think of the Jimmy Page that I first knew, and then I'm looking at this old geezer. Crazy.
Hey,
All
it's
right.
going to be us soon. Don't go too hard on him.
All right, let's take it a few notches down the celebrity pecking order, and may I offer you a Lorenzo Lamas?
Oh,
Yeah.
so interested in this one.
He'll be happy to know his name was mentioned. Okay.
Yeah, the
Hey.
original Renegade.
Yeah, do you remember Renegade? With
Wait,
that,
What
there
else
wa-
is he known for?
Well, there was another Renegade. We were talking about the original. There was another
What-
one.
Yeah, I mean, what else would I know him from? His Nobel Prize in physics?
Well, he's Hollywood royalty, don't you know? I mean, his family.
No.
I don't think he's royalty.
Yeah, he is. He's the son of Fernando Lamas and that woman, the swimmer woman who became a movie star. She won the Olympics in 1940 for swimming, and then she became a big Hollywood movie star. I can't think of her name.
1940. That was before they invented color.
I know. Another fun fact: Fernando Lamas's father is the character Fernando that Billy Crystal did. You look marvelous. Can I tell you something? You look marvelous. Or Lorenzo Lamas's father, Fernando Lamas, is that Billy. That's the character that Billy Crystal is doing. Remember the Fernando character? Okay, that's Fernando Lamas. So that's supposed to be his father. You probably just thought that was a whole cloth character that he made up. You didn't even know he was doing a celebrity impression.
I didn't until just now.
Greatest Generation did. So did some boomers, and apparently one or two Gen Xers like myself. All right, so Fernando Lamas. Oh no, Lorenzo Lamas, 63 years old, is dating a girl who is 27. How's that work?
10 years
out.
out.
11 years under. Yeah.
That doesn't work.
No.
It looks like his daughter. It totally looks like his daughter. Maybe I should pull the pictures up. Maybe my descriptions are better. All right, how about Scott Disick? Scott Disick, everyone's favorite Disick. He, of course,
isn't that one of the Kardashian things?
It's a lesser Kardashian. Yes, it's totally a lesser Kardashian. His girlfriend, he is 34 years old, and his girlfriend is 15. No.
Oh, no!
No, that is the age difference.
Talk about Gar just wanted to double down after anyone went dark. You just wanted to go down the same path.
All right, she's 18. She's 18.
Oh, okay.
34 dating 18.
24 works, not 18. He's 6 years out.
Yeah, but that works on so many levels. I'm just looking at it. I mean, it's,
18 is ridiculous. She's got to be 21.
She does not look 18.
I don't care what she looks like.
That's kind of irrelevant at that point.
I mean, if you can't get her into the bar, come on, dude.
I'll keep my mouth shut. All right. How about this one? This is a guy who's known for this. Mr. James Woods. Mr. James Woods. He is 74 years old.
Already skeptical. Skeptical.
This is going to be a good one, yeah.
Yeah.
74 years old. His girlfriend, 23
Yeah.
years old.
Grandpa.
He almost is. He's 20
that's great
years.
grandpa. That's great grandpa material.
It is.
That's
in Guatemala,
yeah.
Oh,
20
yeah,
years out.
Yeah.
Well, go ahead. Sunglasses, what?
No, I'm saying he's 20 years over, or below.
God love him. God love him. All right. How about 56-year-old Nick Cage dating 26-year-old Japanese model Rico?
9 years wrong.
56 and 26. So he's 9 years. He's in the bad. 9 years.
Man, Japanese model. How great is that? I don't even have to see her. I already know what she looks like, and it's beautiful.
They're like walking down the street. It looks like in Brooklyn or something. And he's wearing
and
a hoodie.
You have to look like a pile of cat barf walking next to that. I don't care who you are, especially if you're 56.
I'm surprised that Nick Cage is 56. It's like, oh, okay.
The Squid Games girl is a high fashion model in Japan, evidently.
Yeah.
Or South Korea.
We went over that in a previous episode, and she is absolutely amazing. And we would all look stupid if we were walking down the street right next to her.
Yes, she doesn't look great in Squid Games, because they kind of make her look a little bit.
Yeah, they rough her up so she's a 9.
But
right.
Oh my god, no, she is really beautiful. All right,
but I've thought about it and
Jesus, oh my god.
Yeah, you call the James. Yeah.
Look at the expression on Nick Cage's face.
It looks like he looks like a wax figure. Like is she at Madame Tussauds? Like what is it just looks like it's a wax figure next to her.
Well, neither of them look happy to be with one another. They're just
Well,
like in it for the
they
sex,
are.
I guess.
Well,
They're both ecstatic.
look at her. Would you be happy?
Welcome to marriage, Cody.
Yeah. Oh, that'll be next year, huh? All right. Good to know. Foreshadowing. All right.
All right, let's see here. Let's get back to this. So Nick Cage is not well. I mean, he's doing well, but he's not doing socially acceptable well. Who else do we got here? Oh, what a
What
feeling.
is this list? You just have the list of age differences?
Yeah.
Man,
When you're
whose job is it to
dancing on the
compile that? Wouldn't that be great?
ceiling.
You know he loves lists. He loves them. So
We all do. He
I
just has the
know.
balls to admit it.
70-year-old Lionel Richie and his 30-year-old girlfriend. That doesn't work.
No, he's 12 years over the limit.
That's right. Yeah.
That doesn't work.
Hey, I saw Lionel Richie in concert a year and a half ago.
Yeah, how was that?
It was great because he did play some of the old Commodore stuff, and that's the only thing you really worried about. Is he going to play Easy Like Sunday Morning? He even played Brick House.
Oh,
All
oh
right.
yeah, I'm sure he'd be good. I mean, he's Lionel freaking Richie, man. That dude's got some hits he'll throw down.
It
Get a
was
couple
good.
of
He doesn't
beers
look like Lionel Richie anymore. He looks like this guy you went to high school with that kind of looks like Lionel Richie.
He looks like a really good Lionel Richie impersonator.
Yeah, he looks like he's 40 though, and it's because the surgery worked. I mean, that's the reason you get it. But the sacrifice you make for still looking like you're younger than me is you don't really look like Lionel Richie anymore.
All right, here I got one for you. One hell of a woman. This broad is all woman. If you're asking me,
Madonna?
Woo! This is one of my favorites. This is one of my top, easily in my top 20 best women around.
Zsa Zsa Gabor.
No, 46-year-old Kate Beckinsale and her 22-year-old boyfriend.
No, Kate
Lucky
Beckinsale. No, I mean, of course, that's not going to make the list.
Bastard. Just lucky bastard. That's all it is.
Man. She's
what are y'all talking
classy
about?
lady.
Kate Beckinsale. Are we talking about the same Kate Beckinsale?
Yeah.
Okay,
Yeah,
she's a really pretty face. She's in great shape. I'm glad that she's thin. She has like a cool style, but she is built like a sheet of drywall, and that's a deal breaker.
Yeah, I don't think so. I'm looking at a picture of her right here. She's definitely not built like a sheet of drywall. She's a gorgeous.
Did she get
woman.
implants or something in the last
Oh,
5
is that
years?
it? Is that all it takes? You gotta be big up top. Is that your criteria? Your rule?
You know, you don't have to make it so like reductive, but you have to have something. You can't have smaller boobs than me. And that is a rule, and I'm going to stick by it, and I'll die on this hill. The other rule is you can't weigh more than me. You know, I have a lot of leeway. I like some big girls. I like some skinny girls. You know, I'm not really that picky. But if you weigh more than me, excuse me if I'm not getting on that bus. Okay, I'll just wait for the next one. It's fine. Go find happiness somewhere else, and I hope you do. I wish you no ill will, but it's
You're
the
gonna
same
pass
thing.
up that bus. That bus comes by, and you're passing that up with her English accent and her sexy ways, dude.
No.
I'm not marrying that. I'm not marrying it. I could not marry that. No.
You'd be lucky to marry that. This is a beautiful woman, and she's got age. She's got seasoning.
So what she's missing is busts.
Yeah, apparently.
I love her face.
There's some
her
cleavage there, James.
Well, that must be some post baby stuff. Because I remember back when she was doing the Underworld series. I didn't really like that movie. I liked her, and I liked her in it. But I just remember thinking over and over and over, can't y'all just like stuff her bra or something? Like, this is the movies. It doesn't have to be real. You don't have to.
Ridiculous. You're ridiculous. She is.
No, I understand how that sounds shallow, but it's okay. It's shallow, but
it doesn't sound it. It is.
It is shallow. But you can't have smaller than me, and you can't weigh more than me. And I think these are completely reasonable requests.
Oh shit. She's doubly in here. The first one was her 22-year-old Canadian boyfriend. The second one, 47-year-old Kate Beckinsale.
Oh.
And 25-year-old, you want to talk about a rebound. Pete Davidson went from Ariana Grande right into Kate Beckinsale.
Oh, but I'm the bad guy, right? I'm the bad guy.
I still don't. I remember reading that. And I'm like, this is like National Enquirer stuff, right? I was like, how is
I
this?
feel totally redeemed.
Why? Why would you feel redeemed by that?
because all of a sudden I'm not so creepy now, am I?
That's an interesting downshift though, because Ariana Grande's whole thing is that she's like jailbait. You know, she's like this
cute,
little
got a
tiny.
Yeah, it's like
ponytail,
it's
yeah.
it goes to the other end of the spectrum kind of thing.
And then
Like
he went from jailbait to a woman. You know, to like a real
No,
woman.
no, not like a real woman.
Oh, jeez. You are terrible.
Like a 98% woman, but you're missing 2 important percents.
All right.
All right, well.
Let's see here. Dennis Quaid.
The heart wants what it wants.
Dennis Quaid, his fourth wife.
Bad
Dennis-
sign.
Yeah.
Well, he keeps getting younger at the position, you know, just
I
like
was-
in
I
sports.
was like, what is he trending? Is he trending down? Is he trending up? Like I think that's
Well,
important.
the Yankees do that. They go younger. You know, when Derek Jeter left, they got a younger guy.
Yeah,
He
reinvest
is,
in the farm system. Yeah.
He is 65 years old, and his new girlfriend, his fourth wife, I'm sorry, 65 years old, and his fourth wife was 26 years old when they got married.
Yeah.
13 off.
Well, I can see it though.
Isn't it funny how fast our minds can just crank out this math?
Yeah.
She's beautiful. She looks like a cross between Daryl Hannah and someone slightly hotter than Daryl Hannah. She's a beautiful woman.
It sounds like for this group that like we could get away with even how I made the mistake of cutting it in half and then deducting 7. Like they still wouldn't.
Some of them could, yeah.
Yeah.
Like I think
Some of
every
them
one of
could.
them is like
James
not
Woods
even
did.
close.
James Woods did.
You could do multiples of 7 with James Wood, and you still probably.
Yeah.
in the
So
clear.
He's
far
the
the
winner
biggest
so far,
gap
isn't
we've
he?
had is 23.
How about 56-year-old Sean Penn and his 24-year-old girlfriend, actress Layla George?
That's 11 off.
It's 11. You are so good at this. Is like right back to his days as a bookie. He's like doing the bookie math in his head.
Rain Man here.
Yeah. All right. Oh, and not only that, but she's like 6 inches taller than him. There's a picture of this.
Plus 10% for the juice.
You almost got to give 56-year-old Brad Pitt a pass on his 27-year-old girlfriend.
Ew. It's so hard to criticize that, though, isn't it?
Because it's Brad Pitt and he can get anything. But can I just tell you something about the picture of these two that I'm seeing? And
Why don't
this
you show us and then tell us?
This is only because he's Brad Pitt. Okay, right? So just remember, I'm not talking about any normal hot guy. I'm talking about Brad Pitt. He could do better. I mean, this girl looks like a supermodel, but I really think he could do better. If he's going to go young, he may as well. She's very hot. She's one of these 26-year-old girls though that has already had lip work done, so you can tell that her lips are, like
filler.
She got the duck lips.
I hate that.
Filler.
What do women know? I mean, what is the deal with that? Is that supposed to be? Am I wrong? We've got 4 guys here. I find
It's better than the alternative of what it looks like without filler, at least in their head.
No, but I'm talking about to guys. I always think that looks so weird.
It just looks silly. No, I've never understood the fascination with it. Like
they're all trying. Here's the fascination with it. It all stems from about 22 years ago now, when Angelina Jolie popped on the scene with those natural big giant lips of hers, and that became like she became the face of the sexiest woman in the world. You know, whoa, she was really hot when she first came in, and I think every woman's trying to have those, but hers are natural. Hers look so great because they're natural, and But although, did you ever see? Go ahead.
I remember Schwartz was like doing that on the show before the new You show. He would be like doing people with lip injections. And Wendy went there one time, and she came home with them, and I was like, "Oh my god,
yeah,
those are awful." Remember? Like I would talk about that all the time.
All right, look.
And they're like, hold on. They're like useless. I mean, literally, they are useless for like 2 or 3 days. Like there's a stinging involved and the swelling has to go down before you can really, I mean, I don't know.
All right, so it's funny I'll bring this up because my mother-in-law just got some lip injections earlier this week. And so she came over on
Oh, your hot mother-in-law.
yeah, the hot mother-in-law. And she had like these two little kind of dark spots on her lips. You can tell that's where they poked it in and shot it up. And her lips were all kind of plumped up and puffed out. And it looks sexy. It looks like you're trying to be hot. And we all know what that's for. It's a sex thing. It's like the same reason Andrew Cuomo has nipple rings. And it's not because it looks good. It's a sex thing, right?
DSLs is I think the
Thank you. Yes.
the kids use.
Good. I'm glad you said it.
Yeah.
But look, you're trying to look good. That's why you have it. But my mother-in-law came in with this garbage. She's like, yeah, I went to the doctor and we have a problem because I kept biting my lip in my sleep because it would curl under my lip. And he said if I plumped it up, then I wouldn't bite my lip in my sleep anymore. And I'm like, you don't have to lie to me. Jesus.
Yeah, that's a very specific reason. Yeah.
She's like, well, no, I mean, I know, a lot of people do that just for looks, but I had to do it. I'm like, I know for medical reasons, yada, yada, yada. It's me. You don't have to, it's fine. It looks great.
As James is unzipping his pants. Yeah.
I'm already zipping them back up because I was done. But I was telling her, it looks good. It looks good. It looks fine. You don't have to lie to me. You can tell this BS to other people, but it's me. She's like, I swear it's because my lip was like curling under. And I was like, you know what? I have this problem when I sleep. The elastic waistband of my underwear kind of gets in between my rolls here. So I got to get lipo. It's just a medical condition. It's not because I want to look better or take some shortcuts into being sexy. It's just medically a necessity,
Oh, I accidentally brought the wrong size bra. That's why I had to get breast.
Yeah.
Yes. Dude, why are women like that? It's like you're going to go out and you're going to spend money to get, lip injections. Why wouldn't you be like, hell yeah, I got lip injections. I look good.
Dude, okay, listen to this. All right, perk up for this one.
I'm listening.
Well, it looks like you're on your phone.
He is.
It looks like you're
getting text.
Okay. Tell me this doesn't sound like, I mean, regardless of what she looks like, you can immediately imagine what numeric number she gets. This is how she's described. No, not who, you don't know, because I haven't told you who the guy celebrity is yet, who he's with. Norwegian personal trainer. I mean, does that have smoke show all over it? This is my new girlfriend. She's a Norwegian personal trainer. Let me see those pictures. You got any pictures of her?
She doesn't have a name.
0% chance she's ugly. Like zero. It's not even like a 0.1%. Like you're more likely to die of COVID.
0% chance she's anything less than an 8.5.
Right.
Norwegian personal trainer. And of course, we're talking about the new wife of 62-year-old Dolph Lundgren and his 24-year-old Norwegian personal trainer wife. That's nice.
And she's probably like what, like 5'11", some just this tall blonde.
Oh, yeah, she's good.
She is not ugly.
So that's 14. He's 14 off.
Oh, so he's way off.
Yeah, James Wood still wins, right?
23 still the
I think that's the biggest disparity.
Furthest.
He wins the Creeper Award.
We had the double-digit numbers. Yeah. I'm just glad I'm above that line. My God, I was getting worried there for a second.
All right, so these are not as great of pictures, but here, okay, this is Dolph Lundgren. Boy, the dude made like one decent movie, and he's now 62 years old with a 24-year-old Norwegian personal trainer.
Dude, right now he is the biggest star he's ever been, making more money than he's ever made. They're making Expendables 4 or something right now.
He's in the Rocky movies, the new Rocky movies, yeah.
And while you and I don't give a rip about the Expendables, apparently $100 million worth of global box office sales do, or something crazy like that.
Well, but didn't we like figure out that like he's some really smart, brainy guy?
He is.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, he's got multiple degrees, right? Like physics and something, like chemistry or something.
Chemical engineering from MIT.
Yeah.
And he was not a Rhodes Scholar. He was a Prescott Scholar. I don't know, one of the big scholars.
Yeah, like he can divide by 0 or something. So
Yes.
smart.
Yes, he
Yeah,
can.
he knows the multiple digits after pi. Yeah, he can recite them all. Yeah.
Oh, don't you remember when? Yeah, we dissected Dolph Lundgren's entire life motivation, and it all came down to the fact that his father, he was constantly trying to prove himself to his father. Remember, he was the captain of like the Swedish Olympic judo team, and that wasn't good enough. So then he had to become like a world champion kickboxer, and that wasn't good enough. So then he had to get really good grades and get this scholarship to MIT, and that wasn't good enough. His dad was like some military man, and I think that's what we figured it out, that like he's so successful because he's constantly trying to prove himself to his father.
Well, my dad's a real nice guy. Didn't work out so good, did it?
Zach Braff. He's who
Scrubs.
Scrubs. Yeah, there you
Scrubs,
go.
okay, yeah.
Zach Braff is Zach Braff was photographed holding hands in New York. Well, he's with Florence Pugh, who was 23. Oh, 23, 33, 43. So he's 45 and she's 23.
I like how you say the name of his significant other, like we know who that is.
Oh,
Like,
you know Florence Pugh?
no.
She's like a very hot actress right now. She's what does she do? I just recently saw her do something. I'm like, you know what? Everybody's right. That girl is awesome. You know what? We don't need to waste our time. But yeah, no, she's definitely a rising young A-list star.
Trebek.
She's got, you know, she's another one of these English accent girls who, if,
Oh, okay.
you know, if there's like a Jane Austen novel made into an Academy Award winning film, she's going to play the ingenue. That's sort of her bit these days. All right. Let's see here. How about this one? Oh, wow. Oh my God. Somebody in the chat room earlier today, when I teased this segment, they brought this. Where did James go?
Check on his food again.
What is he making? Turkey dinner? He's like the grandma who's in the living room for like 5 minutes at a time and then disappears because she's got a basic turkey.
Right, he's got a pie going, probably. Pie and some desserts.
Yeah. Earlier today, when we teased this segment, early in the show, somebody in the chat room just randomly put up Sarah Paulson, Holland Taylor, and I had no idea what they were talking about. There it is. Sean, he's still there. Sean, Sarah Paulson, Holland Taylor. This is what he was referring to. So Sarah Paulson and Holland Taylor are a couple of top flight Hollywood lesbians. Two of their most popular ones. Sarah Paulson's excellent. Sarah Paulson is right now playing Linda Tripp in the American Crime Story impeachment. And I'm telling you, Sarah Paulson's a beautiful woman.
Wasn't she in the Netflix version, like Nurse Ratched or something? She was
okay.
She played
Ratched in the Netflix, but she's most famous nowadays because she's in everything that Ryan Murphy does. She's in every single season of American Horror Story as the lead. She's always the lead character in American Horror Story. She's really great. Well, she's in a relationship with Holland Taylor, who's an old school actress from like the 60s and 70s and stuff. So let's see what the age difference is there. Oh, okay. That's interesting. Oh, because they're women, they're not going to give their actual ages. There's a 32-year age difference. So Sarah Paulson is probably 50. So 50, 60, 70, 80, 82, and 50. Okay, that's why Sean mentioned them. Yeah, that's a big one too. Is that as big as James Woods?
She's 82.
Yeah. Well, you know what? I'm
gonna say just look at now because the James one was like closer to like 50 something because he was like 75 and she was 20. So
how old is Holland Taylor?
82 and 50 works though.
78 years old. All right, so Holland Taylor is 78 years old. Now let's see. How old is Sarah Paulson? 78 and
46 years old.
78 and 46.
Right on the number.
Oh, so that's good. That's a good number.
Yeah.
All right, leave it to lesbians. Leave it to lesbians. Just make it absolutely perfect. Good for them. All right, we don't need the disappearance of.
That's how like Clint Eastwood made the number.
He made it perfectly.
Yeah, like because he was 90, I think 91, and this girl was like 53.
How about 67-year-old Broadway composer and musical theater icon David Foster, 67, and American Idol contestant Catherine McPhee, 32.
67, so that's 33 and
No,
a
that's
half.
not gonna work. Yeah.
Yeah, 40.
Catherine McPhee, she was on American Idol back when I was still watching it. She's beautiful. God, she's beautiful. All right, let's do a couple more. Okay, so Harrison Ford and Callista Flockhart, they're not giving us the ages, just a 22-year age difference. Doesn't mean nothing if we don't have the ages to do the math.
No.
Yeah, I don't care.
Well, if it's 22 years age difference, we already know it can't beat 23 off.
And they've been together forever. Let's see, any other good ones?
Who is she, Callista Flockhart? Was she like in Buffy?
Felicity.
No,
No, Alec McBeal.
she's Ally McBeal.
Ally McBeal,
Yeah.
that's what it was. Yeah.
That is the
Okay.
only thing she ever did. She was Ally McBeal. She was the hottest female character on television. And then she hooked up with Harrison Ford and he made her move out to Montana and she never acted again. But they've been together for like 20 something years.
I
So.
thought I remembered she was anorexic or something.
Yeah, well, I think people said that she was anorexic because she was unhealthily skinny. I mean, she looked way too skinny. I had a big crush on her back in the mid-90s. I thought she was adorable. But she was really
I
skinny.
didn't.
Why? Cuz up there, right, James? That's there you go. James is consistent at least. We like that one. Oh. How about this one? Oh my God. I did not know this. I think we have a new person that overtook James Woods in the creepiest
Ooh.
age. Are you ready for this? The late, great 80-year-old Alex Trebek, who is a baller. His girlfriend / wife at the end of his life was 29 years old.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah.
Wow.
Who
That
is-
is a
Doesn't
double
get there.
30, yeah.
He finishes 2.
So, that's not as bad as James Woods?
No, unless we
he's
did the
dead.
math wrong on James Wood. Let's do James Wood one more time.
Yeah, I gotta go.
I think James Wood still beats him.
Yeah.
Well, that's 18.
we
I'm
don't
just
need to do
curious. Like, I think we might have did bad math because I've been like, how the heck did we get to 23 off? Like, James Wood is how old?
74, 76.
I think he was 74, right?
It's 37 and 7 is 43. And so he was dating like a 20-year-old.
No. 37 and 7 is 44.
Well,
How about 49 and 37? Does that work?
That's fine.
That's
Yeah, that
Jay-Z
works.
and Beyonce. Or at least
oh
one
yeah,
this-
that's way, yeah.
Yeah, that
Actually, I
works.
think this is an old story, so I think they're both a couple of years older.
So let's do James Wood one more time though.
Okay, I gotta go all the way back. This is one of those clickbait bullshit things where you gotta click.
Oh,
no.
God, no.
That's why I didn't want to
no.
say it. So, all right, we'll see. Well, let's see.
I hate those so much.
No, we'll get there. We'll get there. I promise.
Trying to
Oh,
get their
man.
website hits up.
Nick Cage's girlfriend. Boy, I just saw her.
Just went back to that one.
That dude is doing well. Okay. So it's James Woods. All right. There's Jeff Goldblum. There's Harry and Olivia. Leonardo Dicaprio.
Jeff Goldblum. My wife has a crush on him.
Jimmy Page. Really?
Yeah.
Scott Disick. Okay, here we go. Actor James Woods, 74, and his girlfriend is, where is it? 74, 22. Yeah, that was it.
Yeah, that's it.
Yeah, 52. Yeah,
That's good. All right, I'm out. That's it. That's all I have to contribute to tonight's show. James, you got anything you left on the table? Or we
No, let's do the autonomous cars tomorrow, though.
yeah.
That's more than like a 5-minute setup.
James believes we're all going to be at some point enslaved by our automated cars.
Well, they're going to try.
I want to hear his take on this. Okay. All right. Hey, Sunglasses, thank you for joining us. Cody, it's always good to see you. Cody, you join anytime you want. You come by. It's always a pleasure to have you by. We got an open door policy.
Oh, thank
have
you.
link will pop into the windows. We appreciate it. All right, that's going to be it. We can do this again tomorrow at noon. Rally back here every day at high noon. We like to do what we call the current event show, high noon. We go through all the things that are trending, things people are talking about. Like I said, that show's a little bit more utilitarian, a little bit more informative. This one is just a bunch of dudes hanging out doing silly stuff. Oh, I almost forgot. What would the end of the show be without a little bit of America's favorite failed presidential assassin? Of course, I speak of the singer-songwriter, poet.
Americana folk star.
Hold it. Before
Oh.
we go here, Cody, have you heard these?
Vaguely. I've been hearing Pugs try to recreate them and sing them before the show, but I've heard of them. So haven't heard it in the flesh.
Do you have a favorite? Oh, you haven't heard them yet. So
No. So
They're all good.
Yeah.
they're all good.
Dude, objectively, they have all been fine. I have managed local bands in my day of managing bands that couldn't write songs as catchy as what John Hinckley has been throwing down these last couple of nights. See if we can do this again. For some reason, there we go. There we go. Let's do the man the credit of playing his full song. All right. A little John Hinckley for you. All right, thank you, everybody. We'll see you tomorrow at noon. Let's all sing. Enough to make you cry. I was down and out, without a doubt. Couldn't you see this being a drunk pub song? I was down
A
and
shanty,
out.
yes.
A shanty, very good.
Yeah.
Yes,
It
John
does have a
Hinckley.
shanty feel. I feel it. Right as you said that, I felt it.
Writing barroom shanty songs. I like it. I was down and out, without a doubt. Oh, hey, E, the dog's here. Did you hear that?
Yes, the dog's there. I saw Cody's dog in the background.
Yeah, she was very upset that you were not home all night. She was
Hey, knock,
very
knock.
upset.
Knock,
Who's
knock.
there? Who's there? All right, bye, everybody. Enough to make you cry. I was down and out, without a doubt, looking for my home.